Doing the trading week from the 27th of April 2026 to the 1st of May, which is today. I'm doing a review on the Friday, just because there wasn't actually any trades today. So the last trade I took was yesterday, and I just feel like might as well go over the market now while I have a bit of spare time. And yeah, so this is the trading week for me. I made 3.17%. Most of the accounts made over 3.17 because this loss I only took here. So on that account, even so, most of them made an extra 1%. But overall, on all accounts, I was up 3.1%. And I don't really want to skew with the data over here. As you can see, we're nearly approaching 100 trades as well that have been journaled here. Everything is in here, and I just compress it like that. Yeah, so we're set up for next week. And I just want to go over what sort of trades I took last week, and then I'm going to review the week, and then we can go over the trades that I did take. Um, as like normal with these sort of reviews, I can't remember exactly what happened in price, and mostly I traded one session anyways. So coming in, I always start looking at the chart about quarter to 7 in the morning, AM UK time. So that'll be 1:45 New York time, and around about that time, obviously, my alerts had gone off on my phone overnight. So once I opened that up, I could see we was around the level. Obviously, we've had this massive push down. The aim is to just take shorts. It's very, very simple. Everybody should know my strategy by this point. Um, so all I did really was just wait for the London session to open. You could have taken the short here, put your stops up here, but obviously we're not in session yet. And then I believe, where are we? Yeah, so we're nearly coming into session now. So that candle there, as I said, I was already on the charts over here. I was just waiting for the London session to open. Okay, so I put my stop here. Okay, I could have put my stops here most likely, but because that was relative equal highs and prior to London session, I wasn't sure if we was going to wick up, tag into this gap, and then go lower. So I just went nice and safe, being a Monday as well. Better safe than sorry and getting wicked out in this occasion. And then price plays forward, and we get a nice winning trade eventually. Just there. So that's our one trade win. Obviously, I'll turn the computer off after that. But yeah, nice and easy trade, just following the trend. Fair value gap on the level, tags in, doesn't even draw down at all from that point, literally not one time. And yeah, nice and simple. And I know I didn't take any more trades on this actual day, so anything from here on out would be hypothetical for evals or so on and so forth. I just want to make sure that I'm trying to journal as many trades as I can during the week off the levels, just to train my eyes to see how the levels react. With price being a little bit stagnant here on the level, I'd still only be looking to short, obviously, based on all of that big move down and the fact that London has still continued down during the session. Gave me no reason to go short at this point. I would take an entry off of that level there. Fair value gap, I would stick my stops just there, just above them 2 point of high points. Let's see what happens here. Nice straight win, easy. So that'd be 2 wins if you did take both. Okay, keep playing price out. Okay, wouldn't be looking to go long just yet, just purely because although we put in this swing point, I would like to see obviously this high most likely get taken. So most likely wouldn't take long until we went up to this level, especially after back-to-back wins. And now we're out of session anyway, so that wouldn't be me trading to New York. Out of curiosity. So yeah, we did continue in this uptrend here. Just out of curiosity, I just want to see how it reacts on the level. Pushes through. So you'd have got, yeah, so this is why I don't trade that part of the day. We're coming into New York now. Look, by the looks of it, I'd be looking for longs at this point. Still be looking for a long here. Maybe not now. Yeah, probably look to short again through this level if it pushes through aggressively. See what happens like that. No fair value gap. Well, there is a slight one. If there isn't, or even if there is there, I'll just take it off that level anyways. Stops there. Yeah, nice setup. This would have been, I believe, yeah, just before the levels. Always ideal. It's annoying when you'd have to run it through another level. See what happens. No entry. Interesting. So that literally was just a mistrade because it didn't actually give us anything. With that being said, could take this setup here. Stops, I would probably just put the body of this candle. Let's have a quick check of the 3 minute. Yeah, exactly. That I wouldn't really, if it comes right back up there, I would be too much of a big move on the trade. Still quite a bigger move, but still a valid setup. So let's see what happens. Very lingery around the level, but good stop loss placement. Um, and then you would have got TP. Lovely. Now, the reason I put my stops there, obviously, if we take this trade off that didn't hit, again, like all the relevant 1 minute fair value gaps, okay, people say, what one should you take? Take ones in discount, premium, and all that. Yeah, if you want to do all that, that's fine. But for me, I just make sure they're all covered. I always take off the first one that's valid, and I make sure they're all covered, which you can see it is here. This was very tiny, and price failed to come up here anyways, so it could be some sort of breakaway gap. For me, as soon as I knew that that was covered, all of the fair value gaps, I was happy to have my stop there. And on the 3 minute, again, same thing. Yes, we have a 3 minute gap here, but then you have one there, and then all of a sudden your stops up here, and the trade's huge. So for me, this is the biggest fair value gap there is, and price shouldn't run it, which you can see it actually did not. So that's my thinking behind that. Again, that's a few years of experience and in the markets in general. But again, another nice trade. So that would be 3 trades taken and 3 wins so far. Price is still pushing down. Nothing for you though. Now, if we did break this level, I'd probably be have my eyes on because of the time. So I'd maybe take a long up here. I wouldn't be too aggressive to take a long off the POC, but we'll see what happens. Price doesn't even want to go up. After that big impulsive move and not getting the move higher, shows me that that level was very, very good to trade from. And now starting to push to the end of the session as well. So I wouldn't even be looking at anything now. I'd have walked away by now. Be too late to enter, even if it does come up. And as you can see, we're now out of New York AM. So 3 trades and 3 wins. One missed trade because it didn't give an entry, but 3 wins, no losses. Lovely. Good trading day, Monday. And it was. I took a win and walked away. But yeah, very nice actually. Let me just check how I was doing this. Journal backtest 1 week. Is this the one? Yeah, 1 trade, 1 win. Okay, so that's how I'm doing it. So we do need to put 3 trades. Let's give that a capital T. 3 wins. Okay, and then we're on to Tuesday. Let's see what happens on the Tuesday. As always, we need to now make that visible on below as well. I do this for the speed of the video, just because I want to make sure that I can get it drawn on as quick as possible without having to keep pulling that tool. So they're just actually the levels that I left on from the week. Obviously, I've been trading, so they've been there anyways. So now we're into the session, New London session. Okay, the levels are there. We need to just pull these down into position now. These are our previous day's value levels. And obviously we've got the weekly ones that are on, but they're quite away at the moment. Okay, so coming into Tuesday, we're pretty much getting a setup straight off again. So when I came on, obviously again my alert was going off on my phone. Well, my alerts had already gone off on the phone, and I'm looking here to just continue down shorts, exactly like Monday. We're very bearish coming into London. Price comes back to that level. Now, I wouldn't look to rush the short from here just purely because this level's so close. So I probably wouldn't even get the 1.5R. So what I would do is wait for this level to get broken through, retest it, and continue. So I believe that's what I did in real time, and it is what I would do again looking at it. So hopefully that is what happened, and I ain't getting the day confused. Okay. So there. I think this is what I took in real time because I was so aggressively bearish because of the prior um, bearish move. This stagnant, consolidation, I wasn't too bothered about. I expect it around these levels, around the previous day's point of control. And then this nice bearish move in London, I was very aggressive on my shorts. So off that gap there, my stops above this swing point. Could put it here, but I just see no point. You might as well just give it a little bit of extra room to breathe at that point if you go in there anyways. And yeah, nice 1.5R trade. Let's see what happens. Oh, we didn't get tagged out yet. That's frustratingly annoying. Oh, wow, what's going on? There you go. Yeah, this actually happened in real time because I remember here being like, wow, I got slipped, like nearly missed the trade, nearly missed the TP by like pennies. So that's a really nice setup. Again, stagnant on the level can happen. Stop loss placement's perfect. It would have been fine just here, and you 100% would have got the TB on that first wick down, way over. What bloody hell, you'd have got it even earlier. It would have been like 3 minutes. So keep that in note. That probably to just whack it there. If it's going to run that, it might run that anyway. So it's a good note to self. And then, yeah, it's probably look to short again off the level during this session if I was still going to trade. Maybe not after that move though. After seeing that, I probably wouldn't. To be honest, I'd probably just let it breathe, just because it's so aggressive, just like that. Now this trade, I'd probably take that to go long. Could I get? Yeah, I could get a 1.5R. Now taking that a little bit aggressively in the middle of a range ain't really something I would class as an A plus. I probably wouldn't do this on any live accounts. However, this big push down and then this massive push back through all them levels, respect the fair value gap around the level, push through another fair value gap. If it did fill me, happy days, we'd run it. If it didn't, then I wouldn't be too shocked if I missed out. Did get a fill. Pushes off the level again. Now that's a better setup right at the end though of London, but that is a better setup there. Again, come down to the level, respected it, pushed away, opened a fair value gap. That is a way better setup. It would be valid. It's just in time. Let's see what happens there as well. Okay, so that would have lost, and so did the original one, so that's fine. So we'll class that as one loss. This I'm obviously wouldn't take if I was in this anyways. So that's a loss. Again, something I wouldn't really do, but we will class it as a loss anyways. I probably would never take a trade around there, and being done for the day anyways here. But evals and so on and so forth probably would take. We're now out of session. So we're pushing down really aggressively there. I'm going to come into the New York session. We're not really near anything at this point. Really pushing down. Okay, so at this point in New York, I'm 100% only looking to short. There is not even a part of me that would want to go bullish against all of that. And the fact that London was pretty much bearish here and we're kind of stagnant, but we got a bearish trade. This is really nice, bearish PA. Let's see if we actually get a trade. Okay, so we're actually on the level now. Still looking to trade shorts. Not yet, obviously. And this is what I mean when I say to people about letting the area breathe, is we've tagged it a few times, haven't actually given anything through it. If this closed down here and left a fair value gap, or just closed in general, then why not? You can take shorts, but some people just take it on the tap to continue or take it on the tap back up. I just give it a bit of time, give it that extra confirmation. Now it looks like price wants to change and go long, which is not what I want to be taking a trade on. We're not. Oh, I was going to say we're not at 9:30 yet, but there's the 9:30 candle. Nothing for me here. Long seem to be the play. We're smack bang in between two levels, so there'll be nothing for me. Okay. Yep, we're still well in time. I still started to go bearish again, so my bearish bias would still be the play here. Oh, that's a lovely, lovely setup there. Now this I would definitely class as like an A plus setup. Stops just above there. Could even go there if you really wanted to be aggressive. I'm just going to go there just out of. It's probably where I'd put it in real life. Try and keep it as realistic as I possibly can. Let's see if it gives an entry. And we got ran for a loss, but again, either way, it would have got ran if enough to put it up there. But good A plus setup nonetheless. And I probably would take that again, to be honest, if I was on evals or whatnot. But I'm still going to mark it out, as this is the good thing about trading these sorts of setups. Now this gap's been filled once before. Don't see price coming back here, so I'd most likely do that. Yeah, much more aggressive trade. And because price hasn't really been dropping a lot, I would like to just try and get in and out here. One last attempt in the day it would be anyways, and you would lose. So, and again, literally, it is very choppy. And there you go. So that's that day done. Let's just go over that because there was a few setups there, wasn't there? So we got 1 win, 2, 3 losses. Okay, 3 losses, 4 trades overall. 4 trades. And 1 win. 3 losses. Yeah, so that's a losing day overall. So you'd be at what? 1 win would be 1.5%. 3 losses, you'd be at minus 2 point. Yeah, 2%. No, minus 3. Minus 1.5% we'd be at. So that would be minus 1.5% day. And this would be 3 wins would be 4.5% profit. Then we're on to Wednesday. Now, obviously, this is all hypothetical because I wouldn't take that many trades in a day on one account, and obviously, I want to try and base my stuff off of lives because that's what really matters. That's where the money's made. With that being said, though, I would obviously take other trades on evals. So that's why I like to go over and just execute as many trades around levels as I can. It's just really good to do that just for your psychology, just to understand how levels work, to build confidence in the system. Obviously, like I showed on my journal, I have over 90 plus trades journaled now. That's not even the right journal. 90 plus trades journaled, and easily another 100 or so back tested over weeks before I even started doing that journal. So yeah, it comes with confidence. And people ask me all the time, like, what makes you want to take a trade? Like, how do you know it's going to do so and so? At the end of the day, no one knows what the market's going to do, and I'm not trying to predict it. I just want to run with it. If it's going bearish, I'm going to try and stay bearish, and I'm going to use levels that make sense to go bearish. And that's how I would trade. Same goes for if I'm bullish. I've accidentally moved too far forward there. Yeah, same goes if I'm bullish. Exactly the same theory behind that. If I see the prices moving really aggressively to the upside, I will try and take trades that suit that bias. At the end of the day, it's easier to move with the market than to try and fight it. And spent a lot of time trying to strategies that you're fighting. I like to use the analogy, swim with the tide. Loads of times I've tried to take trades on swing points, and this just doesn't work. So it's better to just use the trading system that works with price. Anyways, into I believe this is Wednesday, and I know in real time Wednesday I just took a loss, so we'll see what happens here. I'm not sure London even gave us a trade, if I'm being honest. I think it lingered. Nope, I'm lying. London gave a setup, and actually it would have been an A plus setup for me. I would have took about all day. Stops would have been there. Again, if a gap's mitigated like that is, I normally just put my stop on that one. If that wasn't, and like there was no fair value gap there, I probably would have just put it there. Okay, so makes sense to put it here. Loads of room to get the 1.5 in before the level again. And what happens? yeah, so now I think I did take this trade because I know I took a loss. I believe that may have been it. We'll see because I've got it journaled in. What else happens? Okay, price is really choppy. Yeah, I wouldn't have been taking anything. Obviously, waiting for the New York session. Still around that level, which is something that I don't really like to see when I come into the charts. But now, obviously, coming into New York, I would like to see it continue. My bearish bias, obviously, from this would still be intact. So we've tried to go higher and it ain't really worked. Could have got this trade here potentially, but it was in between sessions, so I wouldn't be on. Price tried, it's fouled, it's lingered, and it's starting to push off quite aggressively now. We invert this gap, this fair value gap, respect it, continue lower. So looking here, I'd be looking for shorts in and around that previous day's value area high. Nothing yet. Definitely not now. It would have to now push right down here, yeah, like that, for me to look to take anything. So now I'd take that, and that would actually be, again, a nice A plus setup. Give the level a bit of room to breathe. The only reason it wouldn't be A plus is because the TP is below another level, which I don't really like. So it would be like an A setup. The actual setup itself would be about an A, yeah, I reckon, because again, a little bit choppy. But yeah, nice setup nonetheless. It still makes sense. This is an aggressive push through the level, so it should not get broken again. That's the idea behind it. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen. We get tagged in. What's going on here? Okay, so this trade I did take in real time because I remember looking at my journal. What day are we on? 29th. It must not have been that day that I took a loss. 29th, we took a loss, obviously, yeah, and there's the win. And I believe that trade's going to be the same as that. Yeah. So again, good to see that I'm taking the same trades as I did even on the day and hypothetically, because once you start taking them here on the back testing, you'll soon find that it becomes a repetition game. It becomes a knowledge game. I knew my stops should be where they should be off the bat, like I just showed in the video there. And I actually took it in real time. So that is really good. And I like that when I back test and that happens. So that's a nice win there. So it was one win, one loss. And I had that on the day in my real time trading, one win and one loss, as you can see here, these two. But obviously, let's see what else happened because I stopped obviously at 9:30. See what happens going forward. I wouldn't be looking to short that level again just because of where it's gone back up here. I just wouldn't be. I'd wait to see if this gap reacts lower and then take it if I wanted to a continuation. With that being said, now the long here above this level would be the play if I was going to go for anything. And I would only take it sort of around about this level, so not yet. I'd probably, I mean, that's a bit of a lie. I probably would take that, to be honest. We've respected the level, respected this level somewhat, pushed up, left the gap. That would be a trade I would take. So we would mark that up because I want to try and take hypothetically, just pretend I was taking on an eval now. And there you go. So that would be a nice win as well. Very nice win, actually. And again, the breakdown of that is we pushed through the level, went back through that, tagged it, sort of somewhat respected this, well, did respect the gap, somewhat respected the level, tried to bounce back, respected this level again, boom, gone higher, gone through it. Should somewhat push price now because it's been quite respectful here. So if anything, it's either just going to run you straight away or it's going to run up TP, which it did. So another nice win there. And unless price done something major, there probably ain't going to be anything else. Whoa, that went a bit fast. I wouldn't obviously take a long just off the retest tap. I don't trade like that. Some people do, and it works for them. Fair plays. Again, that I would most likely look for a short, but with the trades I've taken already and the time being so late, 4 minutes now, I wouldn't be taking nothing. And that's the trading session done over here, obviously. So we had 2 wins, 1 loss, 1 loss, 2 wins. In real time on Wednesday, I just took 1 win, 1 loss. That's why it's good to see this. 1 win, no, 2 wins, 1 loss even. Yeah, nice week so far. So that would be 2% gain. Yeah, 2% gain there on Wednesday. And again, let's just now keep flicking through. We've got Wednesday's levels here, currently the one below. On the 4 hour, let's get to London session. Wow, that is a big Asia. Yeah, that Asian session ranged a lot just before and then massively downwards. Oh, as you can see, my trade's still drawn on. So yeah, and I didn't take this in real time. It was just marked up on the chart because I missed it. So yeah, because the trade I would have took would have been off that gap if I was going to trade it, because it's there, and I definitely wouldn't have my stop there. I'd have had my stop just there. So let's see what happens there. That would have been a winning trade. Yeah, it would have. So that's 1 win. I did take a win in the morning, to be honest. So I believe I did anyways. Thursday. Yeah, 1 win, 0.67. That's where we're at. Yeah, Thursday. Yeah, so I did take a win here. I didn't get 1.5. So where did I have my stop? Because that wasn't right. 1.5 win 30th. Closed out. Blah 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 blah. Where was my stop? I need to see that. Oh God, why does that keep coming up? There we go. Stop, stop, stop. So my stop was in the right spot. Again, that's about right. What did I do wrong there? Interesting. Thursday, that doesn't even look the same. Must have had my level drawn on wrong. Oh, I didn't even put my levels. Didn't even move them. Whoops. It's my bad. I was thinking that doesn't look right. So I forgot to move it. That would make sense. That would make sense. Well, that's weird because that level, that daily level, did respect it. I actually don't know how that would even work. If people leave it on, I'm not even sure. But that would have been a good trade, anyways. And I believe I did just take. What did I take then? Because that's quite sloppy. Yeah, I just took it on that push through. Well, that would have been a better trade, so we're just going to leave that on anyway. It's on around the level, fair value gap. We took one of them on Monday, it worked. So, yeah, maybe that's something we'll just note down for future. Anyway, the video is getting a bit sloppy there. Right, so wouldn't be looking to long at that point just because we've been bearish so badly. I'd probably wait until we got up here, give some sort of move to the upside, see some bullish push like that, and I would go long there off that gap just here. And my stops would be here. Now I know this. I know what happened here in real time for me, and that's why I've already learnt my lesson of where I'm putting that stop. And what I'm going to show is on that 3 minute, we need to make sure we cover these 3 minute gaps. There is no more gaps lower at the body of that 3 minute candle, and also that covers all the 1 minute gaps as well. So back to what I said earlier on in the video, that's a better stop. Now I know in real time, I got stopped out right there on that wick. But this goes to show that that was way better position for your stop than the one that I actually had in real time. I do believe this hits TP in the end. Bloody hope so, yeah. So that obviously hits TP there, but what I'm going to do for full transparency is show what I did. And to be honest, it's a bit of a silly move. I don't really know what made me do it. I put my stop there, and obviously TP at 1.5 down here. Okay, I don't really know why I did that, to be honest. Bit of a silly one. I should have covered all the levels, but you live and you learn. I took a loss, it is what it is. But this is a winning trade. This is a winning trade. This is 2 winning trades on the day. My loss is individual. I made the mistake following the system. I wouldn't have done that. So for my back testing, it will be a win. Obviously, on my journal, it was a loss. And I can give the full transparency of that right now because I took that as a silly loss, which is here. Okay, and you can see where I put my stop. It was very, very, very silly, to be honest. I ain't really sure why I did that. Looking back here, it was obviously not right. And I said so unlucky, but now when I looked at it, it just makes sense to go there, doesn't it, really? But it is what it is. One loss in real time, and on the back testing, I won't be putting that as a loss. It will be a win because that's how the trade should have been placed. So now we're waiting for the New York session. And I don't know if we even got anything. I can't remember. I don't think I was at the screen. So, no, we didn't get anything. It didn't come back down. I know because I had alerts on and it never went off and I was out. And then there was nothing on the Friday either, but I will push it forward anyway, just in case. But I believe there was nothing, which is today. Okay, so New York did push down. Was that definitely the right daily level? Yeah. Okay, so that did push down there. I didn't see that, obviously. My alerts either didn't go off or I'd given up looking at that point. Okay, so there's the setup. Didn't tag you though, did it? No, it didn't tag you there. So you take that. This is quite a shady trade. Just because you'd have to go through fucking hell 3 levels to get that. I don't think I'd really do it. For my journal, I'm going to test it, see what happens. If I push through now, it should be fine. Again, that is not an A+ setup at all. That is not even a B setup, to be honest. That is dangerous. Taking a trade off of loads of levels would not be something I would do. And you can see exactly why. Bounced off, bounced off, bounced off, bounced off, bounced off, bounced off. It's just something I wouldn't do. I ain't even going to bother journaling that because it's just ridiculous. I wouldn't take it. But for the sake of the video, it's there. It's drawn out. I wouldn't really be looking to long this either, to be honest. I definitely would have just walked, which I did do in real time, but as you can see, it is just a mess, to be honest. And then that was that day done. So Thursday, there was it 2 wins? Yeah, 2 wins. So a bit sloppy that day, though, to be honest. A bit of like up and down sort of day. 2 trades. You could say 3, but I wouldn't take it, so there's no point. I don't want to train my brain to see it, to be honest with you, because that's how you make mistakes in real time. So we got Friday's trading day, and I believe there was absolutely nothing, but I will pull it up anyways. I know there was nothing in the London session because I was at my screen originally, and yeah, it didn't do nothing. So it didn't even come close, I don't think. And then New York, I was kind of monitoring it, and it didn't even bother coming anywhere near the level. I believe that's what happened anyway. Let's just flick forward, double check it. So there's Asia. So obviously I had my alerts on for this day, which is today. And yeah, it just didn't really come down where it was quite a bit of a move, as you can see. It just weren't really it. It didn't look like it was even ever going to come down. And then when it did, we pull the levels up to there, down to there. And that should be down there. Yeah, and we just see the price playing out. It wasn't even close to the levels, really. As you can see, the London session wasn't near enough. New York started to come down, and then I believe it just ripped to the upside, so I didn't get anything. See, double check. Yeah, there we go. There's that New York push, and it continued up, I believe, throughout the rest of the session. Yeah, there we go. There you go. So it moved miles away. It didn't tag any levels today. And that's soon going to end up getting to the current time, to be honest. Yeah, nothing in New York. AM. I don't know. In the PM, I don't trade, obviously, after that point right there, anyways. And I can just literally push that to current price because I don't even need to. Yeah. So there you go. Nothing on the Friday. 0 trades on the Friday. 0 trades. So yeah, really good week overall. Obviously, this was a plus 3% as well. So if we just sit and have a quick look now, so obviously we've got overall we had what 3, 7, 10, 12 trades altogether, and we'd be up a total of what's that 6.5 plus 3 makes 9.5. Take away 1.5 equals 8. So 8% gain overall, which is not a bad week at all. Um, yeah, it's very simple the strategy, and it works over and over again. As you can see, obviously we've got a lot of data built up. Very nice win rate, 55R made since 9th February, and yeah, just obviously really really good. A little bit disheartened the fact that I probably only took 4% on most accounts. Uh, when in total fact, I probably should have closed to 8, but that's the whole point in doing these videos, is so that I can do it and make sure that I've got the back testing data for next time, so to make sure I'm executing. But yeah, that's last week done now, and on to the next.